Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and I run the blog lifefromtheviolasection.com, where I share my favorite practice tips, general advice, and tech for musicians. If you've been wondering why you have not seen any YouTube videos from me lately, it's because my fiance and I are buying a house and I'm so excited. It's been really busy getting ready for closing and all of that, so you may get slightly longer disruption of videos, but I'm super excited to be able to make this video for you today. So I'm going to share what I bring along with me to gigs, especially when I'm using my tablet for sheet music reading. There are definitely specific accessories that you'll want to have with you just to be sure that you are safe when you're using your tablet to read off of in rehearsal, to play from in concerts, and everything in between. So I'm also very excited because MagTame has sent me chargers to review for this video too, because if you're doing a gig with a tablet, you definitely want to have a charger on hand because you never know if something is going to happen with the battery, or if you forgot to charge it the night before, you want to have some backup. So I'm super excited to share these with you today too. So first off, when you're gigging, you always want to bring your instrument, or if you're a singer, you've got your instrument built in. So got my viola right here. I do need to pack it up. I'm actually going to teach a viola sectional later this evening for a local youth orchestra. I'm super excited about it, but I do need to pack this up. I have one violin lesson between now and when I have to go, so I should pack this up as soon as I'm done filming. If you want to see what's in my case, I think I have shown footage inside my case before. If I still have that, I'll insert that right here. I bring the usual bow, rosin. I always have extra strings in my case in case one of my strings breaks while I'm out. I don't buy extra sets of strings. Once I change my strings, I just keep the old ones as a backup, because then if one breaks, I can easily put that back up on for a day or two until I can order another new string, and then I'll put that new string on. But that's kind of the routine that works for me. Of course, I have rosin in my case. Nowadays I usually just bring one bow with me, but if you've got backups, that never hurts. And I always put my viola in this beautiful silk bag by Carmen Bruna Designs. My case does have a nice little zippy back where I can put sheet music. It's large enough to put most sheet music, although a folder, like a music orchestra sized folder, generally does not fit. But when I have paper music, sometimes I'll put it in there because it does keep everything flat, whereas in a bag it can get all bent out of shape. By the way, I should probably show you my bag. I know I have showed this bag on my channel before. I really love it. I use it often. This is what I call my Elizabeth bag. It's an LL Bean boat tote, I believe. It's getting a little dirty. After I move, I'll be sure to wash it sometime after I move. Yeah, so this holds a lot. It holds my current purse inside, the accessories and everything that I need, and my water bottle and everything that I'm going to share with you in this video. So this is a super sturdy bag. I've had it since I think Christmas 2018, and there, a few threads have come loose here and there because I used to use it all the time at college, but it's large enough to hold everything that I need, and you can zip it up so that you can hide everything that's in there. Generally, if I'm at a gig or somewhere where I'm worried about things getting stolen, I'll take my valuables, my phone, keys, things like that out of this bag, and I will put them in my viola case and actually lock it, because the BAM case that I have does have a locking function. And I just do that at places where I can't see my case, or I'm worried that something might happen to it. Otherwise, I just leave my water bottle, non-important things in the bag, just zipped up with my case. So when you're gigging with a tablet, you of course need to bring that along. So if you've seen videos of my iPad before, you know that I use this Logitech case. Sorry for the reflections, but it's really great when I'm using my iPad at my desk, which is how I use it 90% of the time, because I teach right here at my desk, and teaching is how I make 90 to 95% of my income. So that's what I mainly do right now. I do really love this case, but sometimes when I'm gigging, I will just take the keyboard off, leave it right here on my desk, and take just this. Now, if I'm gonna be walking around a lot and I'm worried about the screen, then I will leave the keyboard on it, and I just detach it before I put it on a stand, because you can't really lay this case flat. You kind of can, but it's really bulky on a music stand. So when I play off of my iPad for music reading, I just take off that half of the case, and this works really great. There is no way to secure your pencil, to it. If it falls off and unmagnetizes, it's off. So it falls off in my bag a lot. Sometimes I'll just take this off and stick it in my purse inside of my bag, and then that keeps it a little bit safer and I know exactly where it is. So now that you've seen my tablet, let's talk tablet accessories. So when you leave the house with a tablet, you want to make sure that you have a charger, whether that's a tablet, a laptop, if you're, going away for a full day, maybe a phone charger too. So MagJam kindly sent me 2 of their chargers, one USB-C to Lightning and one USB-C to USB-C. I'm very excited to have tried these out over the last about week or so. They're good, sturdy chargers with these braided cables, but the thing that I love most about them is that they're magnetic. So normal cable right here, you can tell, but when you're ready to travel, take it somewhere, you just start winding it up and it magnetizes to itself. So with these, you can just easily do that, throw it in your bag, and it's mostly gonna stay like this. If it gets flopped around, it kind of just magnetizes right back, which is so nice. I know, you can get little Velcro holders for them. It always kind of makes mine really messy though, and this is super simple and compact to just throw into a bag or a backpack and then just pull it out and you've got a regular charger like that. It's really nice. So this darker one that I'm showing you right now is the Lightning cable that works for my iPhone, and the charging speed is fine. I used my Anker USB-C base with it. I generally use an Anker charger with the Anker base. And this one did the job nicely. I don't really have any complaints. It was just a normal charging speed. And of course, the charging cable and the base both have an impact on how fast or slow your device charges. So, if you're testing different cables for the speeds, just be aware of what type of base you're using, what your phone's capabilities are, and what the charging cables are able to do. And then the other charger that they sent me is USB-C to USB-C. I could use this in a ton of different ways, but mainly I've just been using it to connect my iPad to my computer because my M2 Mac Mini that I got a little over a year ago now has a bunch of USB-C ports on the back. So just connect one end to my computer, the other end into my iPad, and it's good to go. It's worked really well for me. iPads are notoriously slow charging devices, so I noticed that it was just a general good speed. I think it's very comparable to the Apple brand USB-C charger that I was using before I replaced it with this one. I'm fairly certain this is the 1 meter long option, so it's not super long, but it is great for me at my desk with my computer. I don't need it to be long. Honestly, the shorter the better at my desk so that it doesn't get all cluttered up and knotted around and, all messed up with my other things. But, if you're taking this out to gigs, I would recommend bringing a longer charger. Just, you never know where outlets are going to be located. And so, splurging for a slightly longer charger can be really great in those situations. So the ones that they sent me are the kind that I think are the nicest. It's this O wrapping kind of style. So you can tell it looks kind of like a snake all like wound up. It one side is on the bottom and one is on the top. They also have a C version where it's more, sorry, I'm gonna kind of manipulate it, but it's more almost like that, one on the inside and one on the outside instead. I prefer this O design. I think it's very nice and compact, and I like how it all stacks together. It's really cool. It's not entirely perfect or foolproof, but you can kind of stick two together like this, and then you can even wear it as a bracelet. If you have to move around at your gig, you can quickly just wrap it up, stick it on your wrist if your wrist is the right size. Mine is just small enough to fit in there. I know that's not the intended purpose at all, but hey, it's helpful. You never know. Of course, if you're bringing a charger with you, bring a charger base too. So always double check what ends of the chargers you have, whether it's USB-C or USB-A, and make sure that your charging base matches up with that. I'm not showing you any bases right now because I don't have any within reach, but I will grab those later and put them in my bag. I do have an affiliate link that you can use where I will make a small commission if you purchase anything, and I have a 10% off coupon code for you. It's right on the screen here. It'll be in the description box below as well, along with the blog post. I always post blog posts with my videos. My website, again, is lifefromtheviolasection.com, and I always have links for everything that I mention in there, and pictures, and sometimes some more extensive descriptions than I mentioned here on YouTube. So again, if you're going to read off of a tablet at a gig, bringing a charger with you is super helpful. And I think that these magnetic, really compact chargers are a really, really great option for gigging musicians. So I'm super excited that they sent those to me for free, but this was my honest review. They're not telling me to say anything at all. This is just what I think about them. And I think that this is a great use for a charger like this. Now, if you've seen my channel before and know what I have to say about reading music off of a tablet, you probably know what accessory I'm going to share next, and that is a wireless page turner. This is the newest one that I've tried by Van Gogh. They actually sent this to me as well, but they don't know that I'm making this video or anything. I already completed the one video that I told them that I would make for them. So I started using this in about January. It works really, really well. The button lights are not very bright, so it's not very distracting or noticeable from the audience, and it's also not distracting to you. If you look down, that button isn't very bright. When I teach, I keep my Donner Bluetooth pedal beneath the desk. I can reach the pedals a little bit easier from my desk, but this one is great for gigs. And that one has very, very, very bright lights on it, so it's a little bit more distracting to both yourself and the audience when you're performing. So I think the next time I need to take a pedal to a gig, I'm gonna take this one instead, because it's just thinner, it's lighter, and the buttons are not nearly as bright. If you want my full review of this Van Gogh pedal, or if you'd like more information about the Donner pedal, I will link everything that I've said about these guys up above and in my blog post too. So again, if you want some more extensive thoughts on everything, go check out my blog. It's super, super helpful for musicians who are looking for tech accessories, ways to use these things in your own daily musician life. Anytime I go to a gig, or when I was in school, to a class, or to teach a sectional, anything, or a master class, or anything like that, I always take water with me. I love drinking water. I need lots of water, otherwise I don't feel very good. So I've had this Contigo water bottle since like 2017, 2018, and it's holding up pretty nice. The rubber holder handle did fall off a while back, and it's a little dented in the bottom, but it works just fine. If you don't need a new water bottle, you don't need to buy one. So this one has been great for me. It stays cold pretty well. I'm sure you can get ones that stay colder, and I don't think they even make this kind anymore, but it works really well for me, and it's nice and compact and skinny, and it fits perfectly in my bag. So I say the water is always a must, no matter whether you're performing from a tablet or not. Just bring some with you, stay hydrated. That's gonna help you play better anyway if you're more hydrated. Now, the nice thing about this bag is that my purse fits perfectly in it. So here's my purse that I currently use. I got it at Target in like late 2019 or very early 2020. I feel like it was December 2019, on clearance at Target for like $8. So yay. But some other gigging things that I always have in my purse are just some hand sanitizer, even though sometimes hand sanitizer makes my hands sticky, so I try not to use it before I play, but you never know when you're gonna need it. And I have this little compact pill case, so if I don't feel great or if something happens, I know I've got backup to help me feel better before or after I perform, whatever I need. I highly recommend bringing any kind of as needed medication that you feel like you may ever need when you're going out. I need that, so I can't imagine going anywhere without some backup. Last thing that I usually take with me to gigs is my portable stand by Peak. I love that music stand. It's in the trunk of my car. I don't really want to take it out just because I'm going to need it again later, but it's really compact. It comes in its own carrying case, and I've mentioned it before on this channel, but it's great for gigs or anywhere that you need a music stand that you can take with you. Even if you just need a music stand at home, you can buy this and then you can disassemble it and reassemble it when you leave home and when you come back if you need to. If you're in a pinch and you can only buy one music stand and you need a portable one in addition to one at home, I would just buy that one. It's really nice in that it's not like a wire stand, it's plastic, and it has a full back. So your music isn't going to blow off if the wind comes at you this way. Of course, if it comes at you sideways, your music might blow right off, but if you have a tablet, it's going to be heavy enough to stand still. I also have the Peak tablet holders as well. Those are great too, but I haven't used them recently and I haven't had a need to. I just bring a music stand, and generally I like how a music stand looks a little bit better, especially if you're playing with musicians who are playing off of sheet music. I think if it's a whole group that's playing off of tablets, those tablet stands look great. Any tablet stand in general looks great. But if it's a mix, I feel like just staying uniform with regular music stands looks a little bit nicer, but you know, you do whatever you feel works best for you, and that would be great. So that's what I generally take with me when I do a gig from a tablet, and even when I don't, that's kind of tech things aside, that's kind of what I bring with me anyway. So if you have any questions about anything that I shared today, or if you have different things that you bring with you when you've got a gig, please let me know. I would love to hear it. And thank you again to Magtame for sending me these chargers and for the 10% off coupon. I'm super excited to share that with all of you guys. I really, really like these chargers. Wow, cool. And I hope you like them too if you decide to try them out. Thanks for watching and happy gigging. I will see you sometime in the near future, hopefully with a video of me setting up my new studio space, which I'm super, super excited about. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching and subscribe if you'd like to see more.